Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back once again with Eldrazi Ramp. No major changes from the last iteration. This hand is a bit okay. It's lacking a payoff, but other than that, if we can resolve Rumble, be in a good spot. See if our opponent keeps their opening 7 or mulligans down to 6. Haven't been seeing a lot of Oculus, so I'm not as afraid of Force Negation, though I should probably not have that mentality for too long. I imagine that there's going to be less Oculus at the RC in Portland, but I imagine there still will be some. I imagine people have put too much testing and too much effort and time into the deck just to give it up. Well, I've been seeing the versions with splashing white for pest control, which has been interesting. Utopia Sprawl for red and pass. Let's see if the lag is any better. They have since updated Moto. Spire of Industry, so something with artifacts could be Grinding Station with the Mox Amber. There's Mox Opal, and I imagine Emery. Either that or a Tameo. White. Portable Hole. Okay, that's a bit unexpected. So this could be maybe Affinity? Emery. Okay, so it is... Okay, so it's 4C Grinding Station. Okay. I understand what we're playing against now. Ghost Quarter is interesting. Doesn't do too much right now, though. So we'll just go Rumble. Summoning Myco Spawn. And pass. Would have been nice to have that Utopia Sprawl, friend. Alright, so 3 cards in hand. We have the Myco Spawn next turn, guaranteed. Hedge Maze, let's see if they put it into the graveyard or not. Keeps it on top. Okay. Yeah, I want to get rid of that Malevolent Rumble and Breach if possible. They usually play like a copy of Shifting Woodland, and right now they do have Delirium. Debating whether or not I want to cast the Impulse prior to playing the Myco Spawn or not. Because we'll play a land, we can play the Myco Spawn not kicked. Be 1 short on kicking it. And then we could play the Impulse after. Oh, excuse me. Unholy Heat, rude. Never mind. Unless we draw into a 7-mana value spell. Though seeing the Unholy Heat, it's not bad there. Card becomes better. District. Well, now this Wooded Foothills feels a bit worse. So we'll play the Wooded Foothills. Fetch. Grab a forest. Cast a Myco Spawn. And I think we go with Bajuka Bog. And pass. Seems like opponent's passing. Kozilek's Command, okay. Could get rid of Emery, which does shut off Amber. We'll play the Ghost Quarters and pass. We'll attack him though. That I will do. At least now Saga's kind of offline thanks to Ghost Quarters. We'll command, and that's going to be an X4. Should we find another Kozilek's command, put that on top, Talisman bottom, Devourer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, don't think we need Chrysalis right now, but we can get rid of the Emery. Oh, Moto's lagging. Hopefully I didn't just put Devourer on bottom. That would be a bit annoying if it did. Take that input twice. Thankfully it did not. Alright. Vel. You can hold the Ghost Quarters up. One, two. I'm just going to devour the Emery. No reason to return. Commercial District. Stomping Grounds into the grave. And we'll attack in with the Mycospawn, and we have Kozilek's command X1 as backup. Alright. I guess we could have turned off Metalcraft with the, by exiling the portable hole. That is a thought. Another Kozilek's return. We'll play the Cavern. Attack for 9. At this point, we just need to make sure that we don't lose. I'll just pass. And Poto concedes. So this is 4C Grinding Station. Win for game 1. We'll bring in 2 Stone Brain, 1 Might. And what else do I have on my sideboard for Grinding Station? Ah, yeah, that's right. 1 Soulless Jailer. We'll cut 1 Writhing Chrysalis. Bringing in all the hate cards we can within reason. They, of course, will bring in Consigned to Memory. Usually there is a Teferi main. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I guess they have access to whites. They do have, like, disenchant effects available to them. So that is a possibility. Opponent's thinking for sideboard. I don't think there's anything else we want to bring in. We want access to the Tormod's Grip and Chalice through Karn. The extra Stone Brain through Karn. Yeah, I think this is pretty much what we want to bring in. 2 Stone Brains, 1 Jailer, 1 Might. You can't cut any of the 7 mana value spells since we're down to 9. On the draw for game 2. No real payoff here, so we're kind of relying on the draws, but we have a lot of payoffs off the top, so I'll keep it and pass. Tameo, pass. Bobble, okay. And that's it. Cool. Draw. Command. Well, that is good. And cast the Talisman and pass. Next turn we can play Temple. The Utopia's probably mana neutral whenever we do end up casting that. Attack of Tamiyo. They did bobble. They might be trying to flip Tamiyo next turn. Though if they were going to do that, wouldn't they want to activate bobble another time? So maybe not. Saga. Maybe you want to deal with that sooner rather than later. Rumble. Can sign out. Probably takes a Spire. Chooses Tamiyo. So I think they expect to flip Tamiyo. Cracks a clue. Okay, so they do flip the Tamiyo after all. Yeah, we do need to be mindful of that. We need a threat on board. Another command. I mean, we could X2, but that's not going to do much. So we'll Temple, and then pass, hold up one command. Right now the Amber can produce green-blue. We'll tick up. Like I said, we do need to deal with this Tamiyo, lest they end up ulting. At that point, we're a bit in a pickle. So we can X3. We'll be able to play the Worldbreaker, get rid of the Saga, and go after the Tamiyo next turn. Steam Vent Shock, down to 16. I mean, they could theoretically have it if they have the grinding station. They don't, though. Gaddock Teague. There goes another Consign. Rumble. They don't have the mana for the Teague. Take the Boseiju, then? No, they don't have the mana for the Boseiju either. It's kind of short no matter what, but they take the Gaddock Teague. Okay. End step. I will command. Actually, half tempted to get rid of this Eldrazi spawn. It would force them to Saga now on my terms. I was thinking. Spell Pierce. Was not expecting Spell Pierce. Interesting. Alright. Commercial District, Stomping Grounds. Stomping Ground Shock. Utopia Sprawn, Stomping Grounds, Ping. And I'll say green. And then I think we need to X equals 4 here. 3, maybe we want to hold the green just in case. I mean, a Writhing Chrysalis would also be nice. So Mega Spawn would be good. We could just go X2. The thing we could do. Okay. Well, there's Chrysalis, there's Karn. So let's put Chrysalis on top, Karn on top. And we are going to cast Karn. Short of a force, there's no way to interact with Karn here. I want a Tormod's Crypt. You know, 2 in hand. What's the last? Karn minus. Actually, 1, 2. Yeah, they do have the 4. They have Delirium. So Tormod's Crypt. Cast Tormod's Crypt. And pass. So now Unholy Heat doesn't kill Karn. A Bolt does, which we did see a Bolt the other day in this matchup. I imagine they'll make a Construct. If we can get a 7 mana value spell, we can get World Breaker out. Still do need to worry about the Tamiyo, though. They're holding up a red source. Or at least maybe a red-blue. What did they grab? Soul Guide Lantern. That is fine. You'll grab a Kozilek's Command. Yep. So a 7 mana value spell off the top would be ideal. Taking up the Tamiyo. Yep. As I'm a bit concerned about that for obvious reason. Just holding the blue. That's right, we have a Chrysalis. I mean, this is a blocker for Karn. Does Chrysalis resolve? Make the spawns. Resolve the Chrysalis. Yeah, letting Tamiyo ult here is just not an option. Unfortunately, this does put me in harm's way of an Unholy Heat. Now, we could just Stone Brain and put them squarely on the mid-range game plan. I'm going to grab this Ruptor Flute. Does Flute resolve? Do you have a consign in hand? Yeah, so Tamiyo is guaranteed to ult next turn then, so we really are fighting an uphill battle. That is a bit frightening. Put that on top. Alright, well, not thrilled by this prospect. We'll see if it works out though. Of all the cards you need, pick up what? 19 cards? 23 cards total? Yep. The problem is if their win condition is Thassa, then we do need to consider that. Can't do anything about that. Karn dies. We still have the Crypt, though. Yeah, what I needed them to do was to consign the Writhing Chrysalis or something else. Mox Opal, yep. I will say, if their win condition is Thassa's Oracle and nothing else, and they don't have it in hand right now, trying to go off could be detrimental. So we might need to just ride out the bluff and not activate Tormod script here. It has escape though. So that's the mild problem, right? With escape, it's a cast. So the biggest thing is it just couldn't be the last thing. Rumble, though, would also let them put it in hand. Yeah, I think I have to crypt here then. Okay. Yep. I think it's kind of a catch-22 regardless of what I do. Because now if they have the grinding station, yeah. Alright, the lag's better. I'll force them to burn time. Oh, you friend. Let me see your deck. Spell Snare. Bobble. Bobble. Oh, it's like Amber. Okay. Got Teague Emery. Mox Opal. Still not in. I don't really care what we know in your hand anymore. I just kind of want to see the deck in its entirety. Grinding Station, yep. More Rumble. So they must have the Thassa in hand. It must have not mattered. I say that and I'm never going to see the Thassa. Bobble Heat, yep. Alright. Could also have Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. That is an option. Regardless, we have lost this game. Well, they somehow botch it. Still haven't seen a Thassa. Now, funny thing is that if we had another consign a command, we could actually kill him here, but we do not. Alright. Oh, on to game 3. You didn't see Teferi stuff like that either, which is interesting to think about. Run it back. Yeah, there's also a thought that maybe I should have gone for something like Chalice, but it would have gotten countered by Consign regardless. Yeah. At the very least, maybe I should have used the Disruptor Flute on their upkeep. As it didn't matter at that point. If we got countered. So that's probably the only misplay I made there. But yeah, that Tamiya was a little bit unfortunate. Trying to think if it was right to keep the Writhing Chrysalis on top. I think it was. It enabled me to play the World Breaker next turn, gave me a blocker for Karn against the Construct. So it made sense to keep. On the play for game 3. Really don't want to see you right now, though. That's a bit awkward, too. So unfortunate. Like, it's not a bad hand, it's just really awkward. Because it's a turn 3 Myco spawn, right? Turn 4 Karn could be enough, but also equally could just be too slow. I'll keep this. We'll pitch a Talisman. And go Temple, Temple, hold up Command. Temple pass. And pass. Tamiyo, tempted to get rid of you. Okay, so what we'll do is this then. Let's get rid of that Tamiyo. Next turn we can World Breaker. Mishra's Ball will target me. Definitely an aggressive play on my part, but I think a necessary one. Especially they're just barely short on Metalcraft. You have a second land drop opponent. That is the question. You do a Hollowed Fountain, Malevolent Rumble. All permanents. Which one do you pick? Shifting Woodlands is pretty relevant in this matchup. Mishra's Bauble. So they're digging further for solutions. Draw. Karn. Does that change our game plan? I think it does. Forest. We can still rumble though. Haywire Might's good. Karn. Bauble. 1, 2, 3. So only 3 types in Yard. No red sources. Right, 3 types in Yard. I mean, ticking down for Tormod's Crypt, I think is still correct. Alternatively, you could go Chalice on 0, or even Liquid Metal Coating, but I think Tormod's Crypt is still accurate. It just insulates me from an Unholy Heat. Another Hedge Maze. Tamiyo into Grave. If we draw into a land, there might be an argument for me just getting rid of Underworld Breach. Command. Well, for one, we will tick up. Let's rumble. Try and find a land. There's an Ugin Lab. Tuck the World Breaker, hold up the command. Alright. We have a lot of ways to interact with our board and to disrupt the combo. You need to keep in mind they do have a Spell Pierce. Teague's annoying. We'll play into the Spell Pierce if they have it. Stonebrain Breaker. Bottom, top. Tisgatic Teague. Amber, locked behind Karn, Spire, which can only work if you have a in response. That maybe only take 2 instead of 6. That's why I like the Crypt. Take up on Amber. I mean, we have the blockers for what it's worth. 2, 4, 6. We'd be 1 short. It is correct, the Stonebrain here, though. Like I said, we do have blockers. Stonebrain. Underworld Breach. Another Holy Heat in hand. Okay. And pass. Pass. Worst case scenario, they get a Malevolent Rumble. And then get an Unholy Heat Karn. Go to blocks. Block the Teague. Another Spire. I'll tick up with Karn. Play the Misty. And we will cast World Breaker. Get rid of the Hallowed Fountain. And on end step, we'll fetch the rainforest for a commercial district. Rumble. Yeah, that's worst case scenario. Hits consign, rumble. Thankfully, they hit nothing of relevance. Probably goes for Emery. Can play the Emery. Full cost, though. Yep. I'd love to see a Soin Mega Spawn. No sowing Myco spawn. I mean, we could... Let's see, what can we do? We could Chalice on 0, so that way they can't even put any artifacts onto the field. Because right now they definitely will be able to deal with Karn next turn, right? I don't think I have anything in my yard. No. 2, 4, 5. Oh, I didn't fetch, did I? 4, 5, 6, 7. Four, 5, 6, 7. That was a mistake on my end. I'll get rid of a Spire of Industry and minus Karn for a Chalice of the Void. Yeah. Oh, mother trucker. Gotta Teague. That's frustrating. So Karn is down. Completely forgot about Gaddock Teague. Should have probably grabbed for... Actually, I don't think anything would have been relevant. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Two significant mistakes there. Not cracking this last turn. Don't need that. I mean, you're still in a bad position, all things considered. Attack with both. They're having to block at least one. And they're off of their combo plans. They are on mid-range game plan. Oh, Talisman of Impulse. Hey, where am I? Ghost Quarters. Pass. I mean, Lethal's on board. They're on a mid-range game plan. They need constructs. But Haramite should shore it up, and we got there. Completely forgot about Gaddock Teague. There's a reason why I cast the command before it resolved. Yeah, so I guess a liquid metal coating if I would have just grabbed that instead. No, not even. I don't think there was any way to actually protect Karn in retrospect. Well, actually no. Maybe Disruptor Flute named Emery. Yeah, that would have possibly worked. We got there in the end, though a little bit sloppy in some of those in game 3 specifically. That said, we'll be back for match 2. Alright, and we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. We can keep this. Really need to find a 7-mana value spell would be ideal. On red and pass. Could be Dimir. Meticulous Archive. Could still be Dimir. Could still be Dimir. Or Oculus, rather. Maybe not. Soul Tide? No, this 4-color. What am I playing against? Thoughtseize. Grabs Rumble or Command? I don't think Chrysalis is the right hit, so it's either Rumble or Command. Command's probably the correct hit overall. Yeah. So 4-color something. Ending. Okay. Rude. Oh, a rumble. Eldrazi Temple. Pass. I guess they were black, so it could have Bowmaster, question mark. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm playing against. Plays nothing. Fascinating. The blue kind of worries me about trying to resolve the talisman because we could go Lab, Tuckbreaker, Talisman. I think we just go Temple and try and resolve Chrysalis. Just hold the spawns, basically. Next turn we can play World Breaker. Oh. Is this 4C Goryos? Kind of looking like it. Well, they have the Goryos, they have an Atraxa. Here's the Goryos. Some more Goryos, Tainted Indulgence, no Ephem. Do they have an Ephem in hand? That is the question. Now they could grab Goryos, Ulamog, Tainted Indulgence, and I'd be a little bit scared. Not gonna lie. That might be what they do. So, Floodstrand, yeah, Ulamog, Goryos. Plays the Floodstrand, attacks enough Atraxa, not gonna block. Goryos, do you have an Ephem? No Ephem. Is there a way for me to actually disrupt this? I mean, if they just have a way to pitch it, they win. More or less. Right now, exiled is 7 mana. So it'll be a 14/14 Annihilator 7. Okay. Yeah. So we can go Rainforest, fetch for a forest. Cast Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. World Breaker. They have Tainted Indulgence. It doesn't matter because blue-black. Blue-black. But if they have... I guess it doesn't matter because they have the Floodstrand. We'll take out the Archive. Screw it. Screw it. That's what we're doing. Triggers on the stack. Flooded Strand. Let's try and shock down to 18. There's the Tainted Indulgence for the Goryos. Yeah, or for the Ulamog rather. That's what I was afraid of. Attacking for 5. It clears my board is the problem. Yeah, we're just dead now, aren't we? Goryo's its Ulamog, it's a 14/14. It clears board. Maybe I should have left a spawn back. Yeah, maybe we should have left the spawn back, because now, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'd have at least had, maybe had a turn. Though I'm not sure if that really matters. Yeah, I don't think it would have. So this is 4C Goryo's Vengeance. Lost for game 1. Bring in Stonebrain. Cut the return. Sideboard. And bring in the Jailer as well. Yep, that seems right. Forgot I was watching a video when I opened my phone. Whoops. It was a stand-up comedian recalling going to a bar with their friend, and the male friend not realizing that apparently they are rather attractive, and so whenever they get hit on, apparently like, oh, they're not talking to me, they're not interested in me. It's like, yeah, that's a relatable feeling. I feel like a lot of men or AMAB people do not have a lot of self-confidence in their looks. That's why whenever you receive a compliment, you're like, wait, talking to me? Really? It's like you thank them, you're like, no, it's like they were just being nice. At the same time, you're also going to like recall that moment in your mind for like the next 30 years of like, oh, someone complimented me on this thing. Can never change that thing ever again. It is, it's a strange experience. But on the play for game 2, yeah, it's keepable. I mean, it's a Chrysalis on turn 2. Granted, they don't interact with the Sprawl. Pass. And pass. You have a Thoughtseize? Chrysalis or Karn? I feel like you have to take Karn here. Like otherwise we just rumble. If you take Chrysalis. Karn can grab me a Tormod's Crypt, another Stonebrain. Yeah, like I said, I think you have to take Karn. Emrakul, you say? Well, now things are getting interesting. 2, 3. Huh. So if I have 4, 3. So we want to be able to do both. Oh, let's Chrysalis. Next turn we'll rumble. Coliseum, pass. Go to combat. Malevolent Rumble. Forest. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright. And as long as we don't get Ulamogged here, I swear to freaking Christ. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't pitch an Ulamog. Please. swear. I mean, they would already have pitched it, right? Okay, thank God. Thank God for that. Zifroj? Yep, that's fine. Marsh Flats. Pass them. I mean, I gotta try it, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. 15 minus 4 would be 11. So we wouldn't have enough for the Soin Mega Spawn and the Emrakul. So let's go for the Emrakul then. Alright. You have a consign? Like, I'll take control of your turn regardless. But I think only a consign can really save you from this. Oh jeez, do you actually have it? Untap blue source, nope. Archive. I mean, I'm going to pitch your entire hand, exile your entire graveyard, and run that frog into the Emrakul. That's what we're doing here. Ephem, Tainted, Goryos, yeah. A lot of good cards you have here, friend. So, consign to memory. Well, let's see. We'll go and... I mean, yeah, I was about to say, just conceding here makes sense. We're going to pitch your entire hand. I will Cephalid Coliseum you, pitching more cards. Exile your entire graveyard. Ram it into Emrakul, and then give you a turn to figure out something. So, win for game 2. On to game 3. Let's see what they got. I think this is good. A lot of people have been asking if it's worth it over like a Null Drifter. Because that's basically what we've done, right? We've pretty much made the same exact deck as we were playing in Teamer, just replacing Null Drifter with Chrysalis, and it's performing well. I'll keep this hand. It could be a turn 2 Stonebrain if we draw into a lab. And they also don't interact with the Utopia Sprawl, of course. Alright, we'll reveal Devourer and pass. Man, it's so nice playing without the lag now. It's just such a night and day difference. Games are going so much quicker. Things don't feel as clunky. It's fantastic. In Emrakul, you say. I kind of want a land, though. Kind of want a land. Yeah, we'll go for a forest. Utopia Sprawl on... Guess we don't need red on green. Pass. And pass. Blue to Delta, fetch for Watergrave Shock. Down to 17. Thoughtseize. Well, Stonebrain, Karn, I think are the 2 likely options. Rumble is maybe a close third. Stonebrain and Karn are both problematic here, because if we draw into a lab, then we can Stonebrain out the Goryos. Now you still have Emperor Bones, mind you. But Karn can grab Tormod's Crypt. So, got some options. Grabs Karn. Do you have a second Thoughtseize? Prismatic Ending. Yeah, you got it. Rude is what that is. Rumble. There's the lab you're looking for. Arch a little bit late. Actually, there's nothing we can interact with here. Ifroj. Ifroj can pitch things. 5 card types in yard. So this will be 5. I think maybe just going for after Goryos might be correct. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This will be 11. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They don't know about the command. So we might be able to get good value out of hitting both the target and the frog. But they have a way to counter it, or SOL. Yeah, I think it's just right to Stonebrain then. Goryo's Vengeance. This way we can also get some good information on how to deal with the frog. They have 3 Emperor Bones though, so I have to keep that in mind. Alright, and pass. You have Ephem, something else to keep in mind. Now, if we could grab a Soul Land off the top, that would be fantastic. That Grizzlebrand's going to sit in their hand for a while, so is that Solitude. So they can always evoke it to Ephem. I want that White Source tapped down if I'm going to Kozilek's command, though. Ask and you shall receive, but it's because they have a second frog. Of course. Oh, let us rumble. Eldrazi Temple. Play Temple. 6 cards, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yes. Well, I will exile a Ifroj. Now remember that Solitude can deal with the Emrakul pretty cleanly too. Now we have a Force, so Ifroj is just down. So I'll probably attempt to devour the Ifroj first to try and get the Ephem out and or the Solitude out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll block with a spawn if they don't float the frog. So you want to bait out that Solitude if I can help it. Float the frog, yep. So we'll take at least 1. Pitch a Grizzlebrand. Okay. Take our beats. 2 unknowns. Sowing Mycospawn. I mean, me devouring results in them. Just flickering the frog doesn't really accomplish too much. 2, 3, 7. We could go the World Breaker. Would get the Solitude out of hand, for what it's worth. I think we just attempt with the Devourer. See if we can get that Solitude out. Get the Ethem out, get the Solitude out. Maybe also eat a Consign while we're at it. Do you Ethem the Frog or not? You Ethem the Frog, so Frog remains. Pass. Do you Solitude the Devourer? You don't. Rebound. Remains in exile. So they need to pitch something if they want to float the frog, though. I was really hoping that they would get this. We would get the Solitude out of the hand. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We just need 1 token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. We need a land if we wanted the World Breaker. So we could block the frog. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, pitch an Atraxa. That could have been their 1 white permanent for the Solitude. Down to 2 unknowns, up to 3 unknowns once they attack. Yep. Did they draw into a land? They did. 2 unknowns. Utopia Sprawl is mana neutral. Let's kick the Mycospawn. Get rid of your, let's see, white-black or white-blue. I think white-blue here is correct. So no Consign. Bog's not doing it. We could Ghost Quarters, but I think we just go Commercial District. Set up the next draw. To graveyard you go. We'll threaten your life total. Maybe get the Solitude out finally. There we go. That's what you've been waiting for. Let me pitch an ending. You have an Ethem on top of which? Oh, beautiful. Yes. I mean, they can't float the frog. We can then get rid of the... Or we can block the frog. Yes, this is perfect. I have no notes. Unless they draw into a Consign. In which case, big sad. Yep, blocking the frog. Snap block. 1000%. Devourer. We could just take it slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we just take it slow. No need to rush. Guess they have a Consign. I mean, when you know, you know. That's all I'm saying. All right. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, so we will block the frog again. No extra cards from you, friend. Oh, and you should. I don't know why you'd play the land there. Well, friend, I want to say this is the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yes, we will sack the spawn. Draw. Polluted Delta. I will fetch with the Polluted Delta. For an Undercity Sewers. Trigger. Take Indulgence. Into your grave. I'll just float the frog. Attacking with the Solitude. They don't want that getting E-femmed or flickered, what have you. Alright, we'll pass. Put a pause on their end step for the World Breaker. Probably should have exiled the Solitude in retrospect, in case of Emperor Bones. We'll pass. Return World Breaker to hand. One green, one white. We'll get rid of the white. Attack with Emrakul. No blocks. But Jukabog to get that Solitude out. And pass. What you got, opponent? Flooded Strand. And we got there. Good stuff. Alright, and we'll be back for match 3. Alright, and we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. A little bit of an awkward hand. It's like, it's not bad, it's just not great either. I'll keep it. It's good into energy specifically. If it's energy, we're in a good spot. I'm expecting energy to be maybe 25% of the meta. So maybe it's a good gamble. Everyone's thinking about their hand. Down to 6. Draw. For in Catacombs. Pass. Pause on end step. Black Thoughtseize. Inquisition. I mean, imagine you hit the command. Yup. Inquisition. Not something to see every day. Sprawl top. Yeah, I'll just go forest. On red. Pass. Pass. What else you got? Thoughtseize? Inquisition. Sure, hit my return. That's helpful. I appreciate that. What is freaking 8 rack? Swamp. Okay. Temple, Mycospawn. I just don't even need to do it that like that. Can just do it like this. I guess let's grab a temple. Nothing else to really grab. At least none that I can think of. Alright, and pass. Next turn we can start kicking the Mycospawn. Polluted Delta. Okay. Fetch for black. So it's Mono-Black something. Necro. Okay. Well, how deep you want to go, friend? Go to 1. 18 deep. Whiff. No. Okay, we're going to play it conservatively. And a whiff on the Soul Spikes. That's actually fascinating. We can stop a Shieldred from being cast next turn, which is good. Draw. Devourer. Well, 2, 4. Yeah, so we will get rid of Necro. Actually, let me check something real quick. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of Necro. Force him to cast it again. No. Yes. Yes. Misty. Attack down to 9. Put a pause and end step. Lethal is now on board. Swamp. Shieldred. Fell to Profane. That's fine. Fetch. Stomping Grounds. Tapped. Writhing Chrysalis, you say. So this is really 2. And that leaves us with 6. So yeah, we can go Writhing Chrysalis. And then Sowing Mycospawn kicked. Kick a Swamp. Search. Chrysalis. Bajuka Bog beneficial here? Don't think so. So I think we just grab another temple. Maybe a Sanctum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Yeah, we'll grab a Sanctum. I mean, Lethal is very much on board now. Shieldred? Shieldred. That's fine. That's still lethal. Yep, we got there. So this looks like Mono-Black Necrodominance. Win for game 1. I don't think I have this in my sideboard guide. Necro is not a high meta percent right now. But I think we go Stonebrain, Might, cut the returns. I think that's it. Yeah. We don't have like Vexing Bauble, which is what I've considered for the Karn board. It does kind of hit some of our own cards though, but also does like kind of play well into Breach. Not sure it's better though than like Soulish Jailer, which hits not just Breach. On the draw for game 2, not having a 4s is kind of meh. Like, the Haywire Might's nice. I'll keep it. That's a bit, like I said, it's a bit meh. Drawn into a 4 to make it so much better. Kozilek's Command. Or Inquisition? Thoughtseize. Probably want the Haywire Might. I'd imagine. I guess you could take the Talisman, but then you're gambling. You're gambling that I don't draw one of my 9 force in the deck. Takes the Kozilek's command. Interesting. Okay. Well, there is the Misty. Misty Rainforest. Fetch. For Forest. Sprawl. For green. Pass. Pass. Looted Delta. Devourer. Temple. So I can go Talisman of Impulse. Haywire Might. And pass. Alright, well this stops the Necro. Or at least delays it. Bog. Bolt and Sorin. Heh? Is Sheoldred a vampire? I guess Sheoldred's a vampire, isn't she? So minus Sheoldred. Vein Ripper. Huh. I'll be honest, friend. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, I think Chrysalis actually really good into Vein Ripper. So Sanctum. Rumble. Temple. So we have 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, yeah. In that case, Chrysalis. And pass. So now we can actually kill the Vein Ripper if they attack. Well, I guess the plus on Vein Ripper, giving it a +1/+1 counter, right? Yeah, so we can at least block, force it to spit. Oh. Huh. Well, I guess that's what I get for pressing 6. I don't think it would have mattered, would it? Because we still would have to sack it. Huh. Because now you hit me with Vein Ripper. And then send Vein Ripper at face as a Lightning Helix, but it'll do me 5. Well, make sure that you see the line, but... Huh. That sure was unexpected. Okay, they didn't see the line. They could have won. Fascinating. Now what do we do? We have 2 Devourers. It's ward, sack a creature. I think we just lose, don't we? Because we can target the Vein Ripper, ward, sack a creature. We'll sacrifice a creature. But then Vein Ripper hits us. Whenever a creature dies, but it gets exiled. Oh, the Dothy worked again. Oh, no, it didn't. Because we didn't gain the 2. Oh, damn. No on the Sanctum. Yes on the Devourer, but we still take 3. Oh, we don't gain the 2. Let me make sure that they see the line, but Dothy has shadows, so I imagine they do. Oh, that sucks. Off by 1. Off by 1. Yeah. Attack for 3. I can't block. Okay, well, lost for game 2. Was not expecting the Vein Ripper, I'll be real. That was quite the surprise. Let's run it back. Trying to think if there was any way for me to play around that, but I don't think so. To be fair, we were dead, and they just didn't see the line. They could just hit me with Vein Ripper and then Lightning Helix me. I'll keep it. Reveal Devourer. Trigger. Show me a soul land. No soul land. Might just say no to all, but I think I will grab the commercial district actually. Alright. Going Catacomb, pass. And we will not fetch. Pass. Felmire. Tapped. Draw. Let's fetch first. Forest. Commercial district. Top. Sprawl. You already have red, so we can go green. Pass. And pass. So next turn we'll have 5 mana. We should actually have gone red in retrospect. In retrospect, we should have. Do I want Devourer or World Breaker? I think I might need Devourer. Malevolent Rumble. Eldrazi Temple. Play a Haywire Mite. And pass. So once again, staves off the Necrodominance if they have it. If we put that on red, we would have been able to do a little bit more. Would have been able to go Chrysalis. I mean, we wouldn't have been able to Rumble. So, give and take. Well, there's a Sorin. I wonder if they just, like, it's a transformational sideboard. Do they have the Vein Ripper again? They do. Well, that's fine. Temple. 4, 5, 6. Actually, how much mana do I have? 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minus 2 is 6, so no. So I will have to do this. It just means that I won't be able to protect from Necro. Sacrifice a creature. I'll sacrifice a creature. Yes. Let's get rid of Sorin. Alright. I'd like a land if possible. Yeah, I really should have put that as red. Yeah, the Necro. Break the ice. That's annoying. Soul land off the top. I'll hold up the command. Then we'll hold back the Haywire Might. Thankfully they weren't able to over... I mean, even if they did overload, it wouldn't be like the end of the world. Just would have been annoying. Felmire, imagine tapped, yeah. Shieldred. I can't exile you right now. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, bottom, top, top, draw, pass, draw, shield will ping me for 2 or shock me rather. One more. And get rid of Shieldred. Alright, and I think we have lethal set up. I mean, we have lethal, but I think we have the game pretty much locked up. Alright, and we were able to get there. Definitely a bit of misplay on not naming this for red, because then we would have been able to get this Chrysalis on board a lot sooner. It is what it is. Mistake was made. Definitely will think about that a little bit. I think even last game I was putting as like, oh, red doesn't matter, not remembering that we have red pips in the deck with Chrysalis, even if the return's out. So that completely left my mind. But we'll be back for match 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. I can keep this. I want to go Foothills, Foothills, Utopia Sprawl, double green. Sanctum Rumble, and you might be able to get a pretty early Ulamog. Not Ulamog, Emrakul. Get my Eldrazi Titans mixed up. Opponent's thinking about their opening hand. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 8 types from Rumble, which isn't happening. We got a... what's the most amount of types we could get? 4? So we need 9. Well, actually, we might be able to make it work. It's gonna be close. It needs to be like the exact right hits. Forest. Sprawl green. Pass. And pass. This one can be sprawl red. Draw. Ooh. So we will go Sanctum of Ugin. Sprawl red. Rumble. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. Let's go Verdant Catacombs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll go the Catacombs. And hold ability to respond. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 types, or 9 in total out of 13. So we need 4 more. Command will at least bring in 1. So, yeah, I mean, this is looking pretty close to a turn 4 Emrakul. Maybe not a turn 3, but turn 4 is not bad. We have a Return to the Grave, which is good. So yeah, I think we're set up relatively well. Theater tapped. Bolt. Could be Rakdos Hollow One, could be Delirium. Earn Mesa, fetch. Stomping Grounds, okay, so Jund. Bren 6. If they hit the spawn, that'd be unfortunate. Yeah, that was probably the most unfortunate. Probably the best thing they could have done. So we now need a colorless source. I'm thinking. What could we hit that'd be worth it? Malevolent Rumble, Eldrazi Temple. Really, any colorless source will do. Yeah, that'll do. That will do. Forest. Impulse. And then let's Kozilek's command X equals 2. I'm actually tempted to get rid of those lands in the grave though. So let's ramp exile, exile. So 1, so okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, never mind. We will scry draw. That way we can maybe set up for a land. I mean, yes, but no. Not the land I want. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold up. Shouldn't this be 6? Am I crazy? 1, 2, 3. Because this isn't Kindred. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it is 5. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so it is at 13 right now. So we could very well Emrakul next turn if they don't interact with a spawn. Commercial District keeps it on top. Yeah. I mean, smart. It's the right thing to do. Seiju? Another Ren. Now we need a Soul Land. Takes down again. They're desperate not to get hit by Emrakul. That's what we're finding out here. Oh, I will Bojuka Bog you. And now we have a Command X4. So it's gonna be really hard for them to deal with this at this point. We can wait till end step. Faithless Looting. Okay, could be Creativity. The Bolt would make sense. Yeah. I think not. 1, 2, 3. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4. You just want to concede, because I feel like there ain't much you're going to be able to do now. Get rid of a spawn. And draw. Temple. One, two, three, four. I guess we could go with a... I'm trying to think, what would be the best thing here? I mean, I can go for a Chrysalis, couldn't I? If I do it like this. Maybe we just hold up. Okay, Bones sounds good. That is reasonable. Yeah. So Jund, Indomitable, Creativity. Win for game 1. Stonebrain in, Command in, or Return in? Let's see, Indomitable Creativity, cut 3 Chrysalis, 2 Stonebrain, and 1 Return. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, in retrospect, probably should have just held up the Kozilek's command. Sir, no playing with wires. That isn't allowed. You. If you can't behave, you leave. You're very cute. All right. Opponent's thinking whether or not they want to go first. I imagine the answer is yes, but I mean, if you want me to go first, I'm not going to complain. The win rate of this deck is significantly better on the play. Who would have thought? No. I could risk it if I really wanted to. I don't think it's wise to, because we need a 4 specifically. No, we have better 6-card hands. I don't need to risk this. Like I could, but it's not necessary. I will mulligan. Okay. I'll keep drop the district. Done. Pass. Leyline of the Void is fine. Honestly, that doesn't affect me as much as I think they think it does. Draw. Devourer. Lab. Imprint. Stonebrain. Pass. So the question now is, do we go after Indomitable Creativity or Persist? That's the problem with this deck, right? I mean, probably Creativity, because they have Terastodon brought in from the side. Beside you? Alright. I will grab a commercial district. Talisman to grave. Probably just hold up the command here, X3. Yeah, I'm trying to think what the right move is here. Do we want to ramp and draw? Well, okay. Now that you force my hand. Done. I mean, they're going to take the spawns, so bottom, top, top, draw. They're not going to take the sprawl. That much is clear to me. We'll take the Sowing Myco spawn. Dwarven Mine. Wooded Foothills. Fetch. It's probably mana neutral. Forest. On red. 4, 6, 7. We'll get rid of Leyline of the Void. Now they have creativity and a fetch where it'll be in a little bit of trouble. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Yeah, if you have the fetch, you do. Okay, so you don't have the creativity. You might have a persistent hand though. Oh, might as well play that. Utopia Sprawl again. On green. Well, let's attack the Devourer. Like, yeah, we could bring the other one on board for lethal next turn, but there's also an option to where he might need... maybe splitting the Sprawls would have been right. Because Tracodon can hit any permanent. Yeah. And it can hit 3 permanents. Fable. Okay. Pause on end step. Misty Rainforest fetch. Stomping Ground tapped. And return Devourer to hand. Well, we'll go for it. Get rid of the Goblin Shaman. Attack with the Devourer. So at this point they need a way to get a token and persist. Or, yeah, token, creativity, or persist. Well, there was persist, so they just didn't have it. They had the mine, but they pitched it. Interesting. So they didn't have anything in hand. Alright, well, clean to a victory against Indomitable Creativity. I'll take it. On to match 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. Yeah, I mean, this hand looks solid enough. We'll keep and pass. Windswept Teeth. I'm going to say maybe Energy. Could be also the mirror match. Ugin Lab. Imprint Emrakul. Play Talisman and pass. Windswept Teeth fetch for Elegant Parlor, so it could be Energy, could be Storm. Looking like Energy though, that Thraven Charm, so this return is going to be pretty good. I'll just go Ugin Lab Or Sanctum. Okay, well, that's annoying. Seems like a pretty slow hand for them, though. Which I'm fine with, but just seems odd. Oh, another Talisman. I'll put in a Stomping Ground and pass. And pass. Arena of Glory. Bombardment. Ocelot Pride. Imagine they have a Johnny in hand. So now there's an argument to getting rid of Ocelot Pride. Sanctum of Ugin. I mean, we can wait until they cast a Johnny to do so. So I'll pass. Down to 0 energy. I'm gonna Kozilek's Command X1, I think. Nope, I need to exile. Yeah, I just have a feeling that having a Johnny and keeping this Pride on board is going to be an issue. Second main. There's the Johnny. ETB trigger. See if they go for it. They do not. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They need another cat if they want to play around this return. Sacred Foundry, tapped. Actually, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we're at 10 right now. Galvanic Discharge in response. We'll sack it. No more energy. Surprised they didn't do that on upkeep. 4. Ragvan. Go to combat. Yeah, not thrilled about this prospect. I just don't want this Ragavan to hit me. The Johnny's gonna be annoying though. Yep, they'll flip the Johnny. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At most 12. So we'll hold off on bringing back Emrakul. We'll take one from the Johnny. And I'm hoping that we draw into something of relevance. Ideally a Devourer would be nice. Another return. Done. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another Ragvan. Tick up. Reflexive trigger, which will then let me clear board. I'll take 3, but no damage from a Johnny. Yeah, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll just pass. Their turns are putting in work, I'll tell you what. No, that's no surprise with this matchup. Draw something significant? Seriously. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, yep, we'll just play the lab. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we could draw into a soul land, I suppose. So on end step, we'll probably return Emrakul to hand. I guess I should play around a Blood Moon. Another Ajani. Take up Ajani. Take 3 down to 10. Do you flip the Ajani to deal me another? I mean, it makes sense. You deal me 1. And then you can deal me another 2. And a 7. Down to a theoretical 5. Return Emrakul to hand. Alright, well let's see if we can draw into something of relevance. Malevolent Rumble will do it. Wear Tear? That actually doesn't really do much though. Raven Charm. That's annoying. Yeah, you got it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rumble? Wow. What is this? I'll end up taking lethal damage. Yeah, we just were drawing absolute garbage. That's so unfortunate. Alright, well, 1 return in, 1 card out. Maybe there could be an argument that I should have cleared the Johnny out, at least the first one. Eventually it wouldn't matter, and we were keeping the first one at bay for quite a while. And just we weren't drawing into anything of relevance. Imagine they'll bring in probably either 4 Charma. I've also seen 4 Blood Moon, which I think is insane. But I also believe that Blood Moon is not a good card in this matchup. It's not, okay, correction. It's not a bad card, but it's not a good card either. A lot of times I feel like it can be actually used against energy because we can just have so much land destruction. Yeah, did we see anything? I don't think we saw any creatures that last game. On the play for game 2. Yeah, I'll keep it. On the 5 cards. Alright. Forest, Sprawl, Red, Pass, Pass. Windswept Heath. Sacred Foundry Shock. 4. Ragavan. We'll want to get rid of Ragavan. Well, if that's the case. Green. And exile. And next turn we have Karn into maybe even a Liquid Metal Coating, Arena of Glory, yep. A Johnny. It's always a Johnny. So, I mean, we can play Karn, but to what end is the question. Play Karn, then what? Grab Flute maybe for a Johnny, in case they flip. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Alternatively, could go EE for 2. Wouldn't hit anything on our board. We'll go Flute though. Bombardment, yes. Imagine you attack Karn first before attempting to flip Johnny. I'm just going to concede. Wild. Not sure the thought process there, but I'll take it nonetheless. Alright, on the draw. I hadn't really thought about it until recently, but you know what's kind of wild is that this deck and variations of it, I'm currently 321 matches played since December 16th, the BNR announcement. Still sitting at a 62 win percent. Not bad. It's not great, right? It's not horrible either, though. I'll keep it. It's workable. Plains, Guided Souls, Pride. Okay. Ugin Lab. Well, don't mind if I do. Emrakul, Talisman, pass. They'll attack with the Pride. Shock the Foundry at Johnny. Okay, they did not shock. Draw. That was probably the most shocking thing of all. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go Windswept Heath. Don't want to give them the ability to play Charm off. I can help it. Go to combat. Let's see what they play, if anything. They didn't have any 2-mana value spells before. Mesa, fetch. Blood Moon. In response. Forest. Command. Do I care about the Pride is the question. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll be short. Kind of sucks. Yeah, I think we might just end up sweeping later. Microspawn actually will help out here. Probably want the lands. So top, top. Draw. And kick. Getting rid of their white sources is going to be significant here. I actually tempted the... we can't go Squirtus, never mind. I'll just grab another forest here. Maybe grab a commercial district. Actually, Stomping Grounds. Yeah. Once again, want to try and keep him off of Charmal if I can help it. Flage. Mirror Breaker, that's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Block of a cat token, yep. Let's see if I can get them to overcommit. That would be ideal. Pitching Pyro and Blood Moon. At the beginning of combat, we'll cast this Return. I don't want them getting a treasure. Arena of Glory. Pass. Pyro is fine. I'll play the lab. Before I do that, attack the Mycospawn. Debating whether or not I want to sweep here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There might be some benefit in getting rid of this Blood Moon, especially with the command in hand. So I'll do that. It will unlock their white sources, which is the only major downside. I'll say no. Not yet. I think of this command in hand, it's definitely beneficial for us to unlock our colorless sources. Bombardment to Johnny. Nope. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Kind of want to get rid of this Arena of Glory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want a Bajuka Ball, get rid of that Seasoned Pyro in the grave as well while we're at it. Probably should have attacked first. Yeah, I think I probably should have just attacked first. Beside that though, I think that went well. I think that maybe I should have held up one more mana. So maybe not grab the Bog, just so we could exile the Pyro, because they're going to draw cards, clearly. That's their intention. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, we're one away from Emrakul, so I'm not sure it matters. Sacred Foundry tapped. Shock. Why shock? Felia? Did they think it was their turn? Double red. Ah, where? Okay. That's fine. That doesn't really do much. So likely play whatever they have in hand, and then Kiki-Jiki the Pyro. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's a Johnny. I don't think that's enough. Yes, that resolves. We're gonna clear board. Regardless. They can flip a Johnny, hit me down to 15. Take down a Johnny, hit me for another, what? 4? Problem is, if they allow me to cast this Emrakul, it's just over. Yeah, I think the only thing I should have done differently maybe is not Bajuka Bog and grabbed another temple. We could have cleared their graveyard by using the command instead. That would have allowed us to get rid of the Pyro when Kiki-Jiki targets it. So yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we don't even want to play the command right now. I was thinking long and hard about what their outs are. Because they got Bombardment, hit me to 15, sacking the Cat Warrior token. A Johnny tick up, or tick. They can deal me 4 damage from 15 to 11. At that point, they'll have 4. They can theoretically bring me down to 7, but I have lethal on board. I guess they would also be able to attack in and put me down to a theoretical 5. Yeah, they'd be able to put me down to a theoretical 5. Because I can only block 1 Seasoned Pyromancer. I'll block the copy so that way they don't have the actual one in the grave. So close, but not close enough. I've been sitting here for a while, mulling this over. I mean, I think that's the most efficient play. The thing is, if they do that, they'll only have 2 blockers as well. I imagine that's also something to consider. Because then they would have to block Worldbreaker Sowing. Sowing will hit in for 4. Then I'll take control of their turn. And I should just be able to kill them with their own creatures, I think. Or at least pretty close to. Especially if they drew into a land. Yeah, I think they're between a rock and a hard place here. Well, while my opponent thinks this over, we're gonna take a quick pause and we'll return once they've made a decision. Alright, opponent has something. They have a static prison. That's fine. You can get rid of Myco Spawn. So that puts me down to a theoretical 3. Takes the World Breaker. That's also okay. So still at a theoretical 5. Bombardment targeting me. Yep. And at this point, I'm just going to put a pause on end step. Down to 15. Like I said, can deal 4 to me. Okay. Not sure if that was really efficient. Now it puts me at 11. I'm at a theoretical 7. Should sack the token at me to 10. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Return to hand. Draw World Breaker. Well, I think we just cast the Emrakul. They shouldn't have played that Arena of Glory, because now I can actually do something pretty interesting next turn. We'll target you. Alright, you get to decide now whether or not you'll sacrifice your board before the bombardment. Or, yeah, sacrifice your board before the Kozilek's return. You can kill the Myco Spawn. That might be the right move. The problem here is I'm going to be able to exile... Okay. I'm going to be able to exile the Seasoned Pyro. Deal 3 damage to them. And then deal another 3 damage to them, putting them to 1. So if they have any creature... No, maybe not. Alright, so no. Emrakul. Pass. Alright, so let's see what you draw into. Flage. Well, Flage doesn't do much here. So I can do one of two things here. I can have Johnny hit itself, right? Also, I should probably trigger the Static Prison. Not gonna pay, not gonna pay. So what we'll do here then is exert the Arena of Glory. We'll exile the Pyro. I'll put him down a card and grave. So Pyro. I don't want combat. I want to go second main. We can then 0 Johnny, target itself. That will kill a Johnny, and then deal 3 damage to you, and that'll put you down to 4. Yeah, I think that's correct, because I can't kill you. So Johnny down. And then bombardment, target you. Sacrifice the token. Bombardment, target you. Sacrifice the token. Target you. Token. And then pass. And pass. At most, you can deal me 4 damage. And we got there. And that there is the 5-0. I would say it may be a little bit of misplay on my part. I think that I probably should have grabbed the Temple instead of a Bajuka Bug and used the command instead to clear Graveyard plus Exile in response to the targeting from the Reflections of Kiki-Jiki. I think that was my major misplay, but otherwise pretty solid, so cannot complain. That being said, that is what? How many trophies is that now with Eldrazi Ramp? Let me see. Hold up. How many is that? We've been collecting them for this season. We are sitting at... It's either 6 or 7. Looks like it's 6. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of 4-1s. Just never could get that that 7th one. So that is 7 trophies with Eldrazi Ramp of multiple different versions. We had the original version that was Gruul. We then had the Teamer version. Now we have the Gruul version again. It's insane that we've kind of come full circle. Like I said, the Chrysalists are filling the same slot that Thought-Knot Seer was, but obviously performing way better in comparison. That being said, folks, if you did enjoy today's video, please do consider hitting that like button. Also, if you haven't already, consider commenting down below. I, of course, am still learning, so if you do see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I make, or just some general feedback, it is always welcome and appreciated. For as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my successes and my failures, I hope to learn from you all as well. And last but not least, if you aren't already, please do consider subscribing. We're getting closer and closer to 500 subscribers when we'll be able to start monetizing this channel and save it up towards a streaming PC so I can stream live on Twitch as well as upload the VODs over on YouTube. With that being said, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!